shine so bright, beaming in the night. Lay down your worries, you are not behind. I know how it feels to wonder why you're not where you want to be in life.
Hello, welcome back to PalominoIntuitive. Thank you all so much for joining me. So my name is Star and I'm an intuitive reader. To all of my returning subscribers, hello, welcome back. If this is your first time watching my channel, then hello, welcome on in. Today we're going to be doing a January predictions or what you can expect type of reading for the Pisces placements, okay? So if you have Pisces as your sun, moon, or rising, then this reading can resonate with you. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any future readings that I upload. I do upload every day. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, then you can find my email down below in the description box. And if you're interested in catching any of my really short readings, you can find those on TikTok and Twitter, which my usernames are down below in the description box. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into it. We're going to pull 3 main cards and we're going to be looking into you guys' love life, your career, and overall advice. Okay, so actually I want to do this one more time. What can the Pisces placements expect in January 22? What can Pisces placements expect in their love life in January 2022? Okay, I feel like this card. What can the Pisces placements expect in their career in 2022 January? Oh. Okay, and then this is overall advice. So this card here is going to represent you all's love life. This card is going to represent your career, and then this card is going to be your overall advice. So your love life, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So with this card, I feel like this goes for singles and people in a relationship, Pisces. I feel like for you guys, there's this resistance to moving away from a certain person. I feel like you guys have probably like recently gone through a breakup, or even if the breakup is like old, you still are like connected. Like there's definitely still an energetic connection to someone from your past that you did not have the best relationship with. And it's like very obvious to me that you guys are not really doing as much as you could to separate yourself from this person. And you might find that your love life, with this 6 of Swords in reverse, it's like your love life is probably going to be looking quite stagnant or confusing, because it's like you guys, it's like you say you want to move on, because the 6 of Swords is the card of wanting to move forward. It's like you guys want to move on, but at the same time, like, it's like you have this kind of Stockholm syndrome for the past or for whatever happened or whoever this person is. So even though you might be very aware that this person is not good for you, this person hurts you, this relationship has not been working for you, it's like there's a nostalgic part of you that kind of doesn't want to let it go. There's a part of you that I feel like a part of you feels connected to this person because of like nostalgia, and you like are overly holding on to like the positive memories that you guys had, even though the negative experiences might really outweigh that. And there's also this subconscious belief within you that like you won't find someone better than this person, or like that everyone else that you come across will be just like this person, or that you'll kind of repeat the same relationship pattern with the new person if you decide to move on. And so this is kind of keeping you just in a place where it just feels more comfortable for you to just stay where you are, even though you know it's not really where you're meant to be. And this is something that I think you guys are going to have the opportunity to heal and to fix and work on in the month of January. Even if you're watching, I know I'm uploading this kind of at the end of January, but it's just like, I think you still will have the opportunity to work on this. This is actually, I'm really not surprised. All of the signs have kind of had like, you know, issues that relate to their energy and what their typical problems are for their sign. And Pisces do tend to be very strongly emotionally attached to people and like have a hard time disconnecting or detaching from their feelings. And it's like, yeah, it's like you guys are kind of ignoring your logical side. You're ignoring the truth, really. Like, you really know. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's not like you don't know. Like, you know full well that this is not good for you, that this person is not who you really want to be with, or that this is not really what you want for yourself. But it's like, it feels very comfortable to you. So some of you, you're in a relationship that you know you need to end and you're just not ending it. For others of you, you've already technically ended the relationship, but you keep giving this person access to you. So this kind of like, for some of you, it could be where you keep Like I said, you just refuse to break up even though you know you should. For some of you, it's like you say you'll break up, but then you keep going back, and it's like on and off kind of thing. And then for others of you, where you might have broken up with the person and you're not back in a relationship with them, you still allow them more access to you than you really need, or than you really want them to have, because it's like comforting, because it's familiar to you. And you guys are really gonna have to get out of your comfort zone in order to heal from this. This kind of gives me like addict energy, where it's like Stockholm syndrome. It's not just like, it's really giving Stockholm syndrome. Like, you guys know that this is not good for you, you know this person isn't good for you, but like somehow they're emotionally soothing to you at the same time, because it's like you might have had dreams of this person, like your relationship with this person working out, or you might have just had a totally different idea of how this relationship was gonna go. And so it's like you keep holding on thinking that like it'll get better or something, and it's like you're really ignoring your own logic and the truth of the situation by trying to do this. So with you guys in your love life, I think there's definitely some confusion here, and I think you have an opportunity to move forward, but it's really going to be up to you. It's really going to be about if you feel like you're ready to just let go. And I think it's also a self-worth issue as well, because again, it's like there's a part, the only reason that you're holding on to this so tightly is because there really is a part of you that doesn't believe that you could have something better. And it's not necessarily in a way where like you don't think better exists, but you just feel like that's not for you, or you feel like that anybody that you meet would be like the same or worse as this person. And so it's like you keep giving yourself excuses as to why you don't want to move forward. It's like someone who is like an addict, and then they get the opportunity to go to rehab and like start a whole new life, and even though that's what they wanted, it just feels so foreign to them, and they're so used to being addicted to something, they're so used to being in pain, they're so used to being in confusion, that they just leave the rehab facility and go back to being on drugs because it's just more comfortable to them, even though they know in their heart that that's not really what they want, and that they do want to go to rehab and they do want the opportunities. It's like there's this kind of thing where it's like you feel unworthy, or you feel guilty for like moving on. You feel like you're not a good person if you don't keep giving this person chances. You feel like you're not a good person if you choose to set boundaries or like stand up for yourself. There's like a feeling of guilt, low self-esteem, and like Stockholm syndrome here that I really feel coming through for you guys. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing in your love life. Like I said, you're gonna have the opportunity to fix it and to heal it, but it's gonna require you to really be honest with yourself and really look at things that you're really kind of not really trying to look at. Like you have to be honest with yourself basically in order to move on from this in your love life. Okay, so let's look into your career. You guys have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Let's try to get that focused. Okay, yeah, so you have the 10 of Wands in reverse. With this card in your career, I feel like you guys are, maybe you're going to be finding a new job. I feel like whatever you're doing, you're either going to be finding a new job, or you might be starting like working on another like business or source of income, or there may be some type of raise or promotion coming in, because I feel like with the 10 of Wands in reverse, you guys have been like putting in a lot of work into your career, or maybe you feel like you just had a lot of like burdens and responsibilities in terms of like your finances and your job and stuff like that on you. And I see these things being lifted with this, oh, excuse me, sorry. I see this being lifted with this 10 of Wands in reverse. It's like your career is going to become less burdensome. It's going to become less of a struggle and less of a fight. Okay, so like I said, for some of you, you might be getting a new job where you kind of are getting paid more to do less. For some of you, you're going to be getting a raise or promotion where you have a position in the company now where you're also getting paid more to do less. Or for some of you, it could be you guys starting a business or a side hustle where you charge more to do less, or like some type of specialized skill basically, where like you can make more amount of money in less amount of time, or like with less actual like hard demanding type of labor or physical work. I just see your career becoming less burdensome. I feel like you think it's burdensome, and this is kind of changing for you. Yeah, it's like there's something ending in your career. So for some of you, like I said, it may be like there's something ending for something else to come in. So you may be leaving a job, quitting a job, or like getting promoted from one position to the next. But there's definitely like some type of end and beginning in your career. So for some of you, a lot of you, it might be that you're starting a business that's going to actually work out really well for you, and that is going to allow you to have more free time, allow you to make more money in a shorter amount of time, and allow you to free yourself of some of your financial burden. Okay, I feel like this group probably has like debt or something, and I feel like you guys are probably going to be paying that off, or like catching up to like bills that were late. It's like there's some type of financial or career burden that's been on you that's being lifted. So for some of you, if you have a really like labor intensive job, you'll be finding a new one. Like I said, for some of you it'll be a promotion. For some of you it could be paying off debt or catching up to your bills, things like that. Take it how it resonates. This is a general reading, but I just see like overall you becoming less burdened in your career. Okay, so let's move on to your overall advice. You guys have the Emperor in reverse. So interestingly enough, I got this in another reading, but with you guys, I feel like, and I feel like completely different messages from them both. With you all having the Emperor in reverse, I feel like you guys are being asked to bring out more of your masculine energy when it comes to your emotions, because I feel like with the Pisces, I feel like you guys are not like outwardly emotional or like outwardly sensitive. I feel like you just appear as like, you know, just a regular person with a regular amount of emotional control and stability. But I feel like when you're by yourself or like deep down, you really don't have control over your emotions. You really when it comes to your feminine energy and your emotions and your feelings, it's like you kind of just have this like I want to say it's very like a chaotic energy where you don't really give yourself any type of structure or room for logic when it comes to your feelings. You kind of just go based off of how you feel in the moment, and there's no real structure or like organization to it. And when I say structure or organization, I'm not saying that to say like you guys need to like plan times to cry, or you have to try to like rationalize all of your feelings, but it's like you never really give yourself an opportunity. It's like you just feel, you take your emotions at face value and then like think that your emotions are trying to tell you something all the time, when really sometimes what they're trying to tell you is just that that's just how you feel, but there's logic to be applied as well. Or sometimes you guys make actions based off of your emotions and don't think about the future and don't think about the long term, don't think about how these actions are going to affect you in the future. Okay, so for some of you, it's like with this person, it's like you know logically that this is not the person for you. You know logically that this is not a healthy relationship and that you really don't even want this person. But because you might be in your feelings, or because you might feel lonely, or because you might feel just unsure about the future, you end up texting this person back. Or because you feel guilty about leaving them because you've been told your whole life that you have to be the bigger person, or you have to be kind to people that hurt you in order to be good or something. It's like you take this person back, or you give this person more access to you than they really need, and then this ends up messing with your stability. Okay, your emotional stability especially. Like, you guys have to realize at some point that you can't like blame other people for hurting you if you keep giving them the space to do that. You guys have to at some point realize like you can't keep playing the blame game, and that you're in control of your own life. So if you're working a job that you don't like, that's your fault because you applied there and you keep going there every day. You can apply somewhere else. You can find something else. If you feel like you're not making enough money at your job and you really want to be doing something else or have a business, but it's not there, you can't keep blaming it on, oh, I don't have time, or oh, well, this job just takes up so much of my time, or this and that and the third. You have the ability to do whatever you want to do. Same thing, like I said, with this person. You can't keep saying, well, oh, this person hurt me so much, or this person did this, or this person did that, when every time they call your phone, you pick up, or every time they ask to come over, you say yes, or every time they say that every time you say that you want to break up with them, or that you don't want to talk to them, it only lasts for a few days or a few weeks before you let them back in. So it's like, you guys need to, your advice here is to take more control of your own life and your actions and your decisions, and stop playing the blame game. Stop playing victim, because it's like you guys are playing victim in your own life, and this is why you're not progressing that much. It's like you guys want to progress, and I think the spirit also wants you to progress, but like it's really going to require you to like take the reins of your life, because the Emperor is the leader of a kingdom, you know what I'm saying? So it's like with this in reverse, it's like you guys are in a leadership role, but you're not acknowledging that, or you're not acting in a way where a good leader would. Like, you're not really It's like you're in control of your own life, but you're trying to pretend that you're not. And it's just not working. You know, energy doesn't lie. So it's like with the Pisces in January, it's like you guys are you're being given an opportunity to take control of your life and to stop rejecting the things that you actually want and actually close the door on things that you feel like should be left in your past or that you're trying to move on from. You have an option here to actually leave those things in the past and not bring them with you. You have an option to take control of your life and take control of your responsibilities and your emotional stability and stop placing those things into the hands of other people. Okay, so let's look into your oracle card. We have first step. Breaking down this problem into tiny pieces makes it easy to take the first step. So with you guys, even though I'm being very blunt and very honest with you, this is something that is going to take time. It's not just going to happen all the way in the month of January, because you guys need a lot of time. Like I said, this is like really like mental and emotional health. Is giving like Stockholm syndrome, especially, and like just like this victim mentality. You guys are going to you're going to need some time to really get out of this mindset completely. So right now in the month of January, just start by taking the first steps. Just start by setting boundaries with that person, or just really not talking to that person. If that's the first step for you, is to like block somebody or to cut somebody off that you've been trying to get rid of for a while, but you just keep kind of letting them back in. The first step might look like you guys actually just leaving this person alone for real and just not talking to them for real. Or the first step could look like you actually deciding to start that business, or go get your certificate, or apply for an LLC, or like actually apply for a new job if you don't like the job that you're at, and not just playing victim and not just keep pretending that like it's always somebody else's fault or it's always something else's fault. For some of you, I feel like some of you want to start a YouTube channel. This is going to be your opportunity to actually go ahead and post your first video and not keep making excuses about why you don't have enough time, you know, or just anything along those lines. If there's something that you want to do that you keep playing the victim card, like, oh, I can't because XYZ. This is an opportunity in January for you guys to stop doing that and for you to take your first step and to just actually make a change for yourself and to actually be in control of your own life. And like I said, stop playing victim. Okay. I think you guys also tend to play victim because it's like, not only do you just deal with like having a hard time detaching from things, but it's like you also don't really want to look at how much you've allowed to happen. It's like you don't really want to look at your life, and it kind of is giving me like the vision that I'm getting in my head is like if someone was driving drunk and then they like cause a bunch of accidents and they kind of have already know that they fucked up and they know that they did something terrible, but it's like they don't want to look behind them because they don't really want to see the actual damage that they've caused because it'll make them feel even worse. That's what I'm getting with you guys in your life. It's like one of the reasons why you're also holding yourself back from moving forward is because you know if you move forward, then you'll have to kind of take a look back to see where you came from, or to like acknowledge everything that you have allowed to happen, and you're not really ready to do that. So definitely take your first step with this. It's like, for example, what I mean by that is like, this is just an example. Don't force it to resonate. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's just an example. But like, for example, let's say that you've been saying that you wanted to start a business for like years now. Part of the reason why you're stagnant on starting is because if you start now, then you have to acknowledge the fact that you really were supposed to start 3 years ago, and you don't really want to admit that you've been procrastinating or that you've been giving yourself excuses for 3 years. Or if there's someone that you are in a relationship with that you want to break up with, or someone who you already had broken up with that you want to actually cut real ties to finally, part of you doesn't want to do that because then you'll have to acknowledge the fact that you were in this toxic relationship and you allowed this person to hurt you and to manipulate you for however long they did it. It's like you don't really want to look at the real damage that's been done, and so you just keep pretending that things are okay when you know that they're not, and this is what's preventing you from moving forward. Okay, so like I said, with you guys, if you're really to really be honest with yourself and you're willing to make a change, if you're willing to be strong enough to look at your mistakes and to like learn from them, then you will be able to grow. But if you're kind of still stuck in that phase of like you're not really ready to take accountability, you're not ready to be responsible for yourself, you're not ready to make a change, then unfortunately this cycle is probably going to continue going on for longer. Okay, so next card we have the Seer. Okay, so January again is giving you guys an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. It's giving you guys an opportunity to start over fresh. It's giving you an opportunity to believe in yourself finally. It's giving you an opportunity to move forward. It's really, like I said, it's really about you. Okay, it's really about you. It's really about, you know, if you guys can own up to your shit, honestly. Because like I said, it's like some of you don't even want to look at the truth. You don't really want to look at it because it's uncomfortable and because, you know, you'll feel bad or you'll feel guilty. But the thing is that this is not to make you feel guilty. This is to just acknowledge your mistakes so that you can learn from them. This is not, you don't need to be ashamed of your past. You don't need to be ashamed of how much time you've wasted or how long you stayed with that person that was abusive or manipulative. Like, it's not for you to feel ashamed about that. But the only way for you to actually get out of that is to acknowledge that it happened so that you don't make that same mistake again, and so that you can allow yourself to attract better. You can never do that if you're too ashamed of yourself to even admit what you've done. Okay? And the thing about it is that spirit already sees what you've done. So there's no, it's like you guys might also be religious and you guys might feel like you need to repent more or something. It's like you guys feel like you haven't done enough in order to be worthy of forgiveness from your higher power in order to deserve something good. It's like you feel like, you guys kind of feel like you don't deserve good things to happen because of the mistake that you made in the past. But nobody's actually thinking this about you. You're thinking this about yourself. Your higher power wants you to move on from this. Your higher power is talking through me right now to tell you that they want you to move on. They want you to seek better. They want you to get away from this person, or to get away from procrastination, to get away from self-doubt, to get away from self-loathing. But you are the one who, it's like I said, it's like there's a Stockholm syndrome where you're, at this point, you're addicted to feeling unworthy. You're addicted to being in pain. You're addicted to procrastinating. You're addicted to feeling ashamed of yourself. Okay? And you have to really look at this and acknowledge it and take the first step if you plan on healing. All right, you cannot ignore this problem and think that it's going to go away by itself. You have to be able to look at the things that you don't want to look at. You have to be able to be honest with yourself. Okay, so the last card that we have is not everyone else's fault, it's yours. You are a grown-ass adult. Stop blaming others for your shit. Okay, so again, it's like you can't keep playing the blame game, because at the end of the day, this is your life. If someone's in your life, that's because you're allowing them to be there. If you go into a job that you hate, it's because you keep waking up every day and going there. If you don't have a new job yet, it's probably because you haven't applied to enough places, or you're doubting yourself, or you didn't show up for the interview, or you know, you missed out on the opportunity. Like, there's things that you're doing that are causing whatever issues that you have in your life, and you can't keep just blaming it on other people or time or other circumstances. At some point, if you want to grow, you're going to have to acknowledge that you are in the control, and therefore you have to take responsibility for things that don't go the way that you wanted them to, and not feel ashamed about that. Use those things as a way to grow. Okay, we all have made mistakes before. We've all procrastinated and wasted time before. We've all been in a shitty relationship that we kind of knew we should have broke up with the person way sooner than we actually did. Like, you're not the only person that's made a mistake in life, and you don't have to keep beating yourself up for it or feel like it makes you unworthy of having something different. You know, like, stop believing that. Like, stop believing that no one else will come love you. Stop believing that you don't deserve good opportunities. Stop believing that no one will hire you. Stop believing that no one will watch your YouTube channel. Like, seek a new perspective. Seek a new perspective where you're actually allowed to have the things that you want in life. Because again, it's like there's this energy of like, you guys are addicted to suffering. You're addicted to being in pain, and you're addicted to shaming yourself. And you have to stop doing this for yourself before anything else could come through, before anyone else could help you, and before any other opportunities could come through to you. Because right now, you don't even feel worthy of accepting them. Like, if something good came to you right now, you would come up with an excuse as to why you don't deserve it or why you don't trust it, and you would push it away. So that's why you're not getting certain things. But it's like, you have to kind of, it's like, yeah, it's like you got to do the work yourself. You know, it's like, spirit is kind of like, you know, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I could give you this reading all day, but until you're actually ready to be honest with yourself, nothing's going to change, you know. And same thing with spirit or God could give you opportunities, could bring you a nice person, could bring you a nice job, could bring you an opportunity. But until you feel like you're worthy of it, and until you feel like you're ready to accept that into your life and actually be happy about it and not second guess it, then there's nothing that anybody could do. You would reject it, because that's what you're doing. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys made it to the end of this reading, then go ahead and leave me a comment down below with the star emoji, letting me know how it resonated for you. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future readings. Also, go and watch your other 2 readings for your other big 3 signs. Okay, and with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.